We are live. So, sorry everyone, we're a bit late. One of us, not him. One of us was a dumbass because 8:15, I messaged him and I say, "Hey, all ready to go. I'm just going to set up," and which usually means I'm just going to set up the stream. We're going to go. I get downstairs and it's like, "Oh, you haven't unpacked any of your gear from Ottawa yet." So out come the lights, out come the roadcaster, camera's not set up, nothing. So yeah. Hello, Sarah. How you doing? First one we got 8 people. So yeah, so we're gonna talk a little Spencer's, we're gonna talk some ACL Canada Nationals. Gonna talk did I say Spencer's?
That small tournament, yeah.
That small, the small one that there's the one broadcast we can't talk about.
Doug, there was a little hot mic.
Because you don't remember it. So it's all good.
Listen, it's still saved in perpetuity.
Yeah, well, have fun with that. Well, it's I know that let me guess here. There's gonna be some sound because I even forgot to open a drink yet. I know that I won't be having a talking to after this weekend. I know that.
I don't get a talking to.
You won't. Somebody else might.
I did get in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, did you? For that?
No, there's another video out there floating that cannot be ever shown where I might have been trying to make new friends, even more friends, and maybe
it's not the drunken beach video message I got.
That was a good one though. Don't you like that one?
I was trying to break down the weekend with my wife, going all happy, and all of a sudden it's like I'm getting a video message. Yeah. So yeah.
Hey Doug, it was a great weekend.
It was a trying weekend for me in some sorts. It was, I fully admit I had some issues with the camera. I fully admit that. There's times, and I've kind of said to some other people that when you hear the guys at the ACL down south talk about how they got the guys in the truck, they have 2 guys sitting to their left doing camera switches, camera's not working, we're gonna do this here, all that other stuff. They just have to call the games and check the chat and whatever. Well, for me, going in week, it was technology really failed me this week. Chromebook dies, nothing. So there goes my eyes for checking out the chat. So now I've got 2 phones doing the YouTube and the Facebook chat, trying to do the bracket on that as well too, and the camera changes. There's only 2 of these. But
you want to know the great thing about my weekend?
You don't remember it.
I remember most of it. All right, but I didn't have to touch a button.
I'm seeing Andrew Spencer saying that Spencer Fabianar 24 semifinal game was fire. Can't imagine her being live. Can't imagine being there live for that one. Yeah, Donnie doesn't remember it.
Hey, but I was there.
But you were there.
I was.
You were there.
Wait. Let's rephrase that. I was there. I wasn't present. Right? Is that how you would say it?
Present may even be pushing it.
Listen, Doug. Funniest story.
There in body. How about that? There in body.
Funniest story of the weekend. After a long day Saturday, starting with IPAs at 8:00 in the morning and going past midnight, I woke up, got to the venue with everybody else, got there on time. We actually got there early because I went out to the crowd and said hello to the crowd. And I went to get a beer about 20 minutes later, and the bartender looked at me and she said, "You're still alive?"
So, speaking of going to the bar, I told you I was going to tell this story on air because I wanted to see your reaction. So, I'm going up to the bar. I was getting lunch, right? Ottawa, your prices at the concession and everything, the bar, everything off the hook. Perfect. They actually had alcohol that wasn't craft. They had food that you didn't have to take a mortgage out for, like Niagara Falls. It was all good.
How much
yeah.
was it?
Sorry?
How much was it?
Hot dog was $5.
Okay. How much was a beer?
I'm not sure. I didn't have one.
How much for a craft drink then? Did you have a craft drink?
I think draft was like $5. I think draft beer was $5 as well.
In Canadian, that's like $3 American.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, keep going.
But it was Coors Light though.
Listen, it's better. It's better.
Okay, Eric corrects me. It was okay. And Bernie, $6 per beer. I only bought one all weekend.
Do you know how much?
Because Derek Barrett needed a ride home after the. Oh, now we got 7. Probably we're going the highest bidder on this one now. So the Saturday night, Derek Barrett needs a ride back to the house, right? Because everyone left him, right? And I'm like, hey, my job is done here for the night. On the Saturday, doubles is done. I'm out of here. And he's like, nope, I just signed you up for the swap. You're playing swap so you can give me a ride back at the end. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm going to need a beer now because I now have to play. So now I'm thinking swap. I have to, because first I thought it was just a big blind draw. It wasn't. So now I have to disappoint 5 people and, right, 5 games. But managed to get a win. So first game, a very close game. Jude Waterman, younger kid, threw his butt off. We lost 21-18, I believe it was. He had to hit a backside airmail drag to get us the win. And Val and Amanda would know that very well. He had to hit a backside drag airmail for the win. He hit the backside airmail, just missed his bag by that there much. We lost by 1. Unfortunate. Great game though. My second game, I got to play with a new young player who I'd seen for the first time, Ludovic Daig. He carried me to the win, even though he's like 10, 11. Yes, that was my only win, and then I disappointed a bunch of other people. And yeah, so that was my lone beer. So anyway, back to the story. In the lineup to get a hot dog, which I don't know if anyone else who's here, the hot dogs seem to get smaller as the weekend went on as well.
Shrinking?
Not sure. Just maybe just my eyes. I don't know.
Was it
anyway, so got a hot dog and an orange crush. That's what I was going for. So I start talking to someone, and all of a sudden the guy behind me, I see him from behind. He kind of does one of these, like the head cocks, right? And he's like, the voice of cornhole. I was like, yeah, that's me. Right? And he's like, we listen to you all the time. You're like the voice of cornhole. I was like, yes. Like he had no idea what I looked like. He just knew my voice. He could just tell by the voice that I was in the vicinity.
Nah, he just knew you did stuff with me on Saturday nights.
No, he didn't mention you at all. No. So yeah, Steve Lucas, if you're out there, thanks for that. There, it was kind of, and then it was a picture, and then his coworker came because they listen when they're at work. So all of a sudden he's like, he does one of these. It was like coworker comes up, he's like, looks at me, he's like, say something. What? He's like, you hear the voice? And I was like, it kind of made me feel a bit good because usually I'm just called an idiot most of the times at tournaments.
Stroked your ego.
Right? Oh, it was. Yeah. And then, so that was on the first day, which also showed up to Steve Lucas, did a bunch of stuff for kids. Yes, Lance, when I get some more in, and I got a message you about some other stuff as well. I got to, now that I'm finally unpacked, Lance, I got to deal with some other stuff.
Those have been on order for like a year.
Yeah, this is my last one. So that was day one, and he did a lot of stuff. Give away a Titan training boards to one of the juniors. They did a draw, which was cool. And give away some bags, and then one of the last days, I think it was the last day. Yeah, it was Sunday afternoon. coming back from a break, going back to the table to call a game, and guy rushes up to me, and I know he's probably watching here either now or watching back. Comes up, and he's like, "Hey, I've been following you for like a year and a half. You're the reason why I play cornhole and how I get all of my news from ACL Canada. You're awesome. Just thanks for doing what you do." And it was JC Tanguay from Quebec, and it just, I had speechless. I had no idea what to say because I'm just not used to hearing that, right? Because we're just behind the mic, we're just kind of doing what we do. We put stuff out there. We see that. I have my whole corner crew back here at KW that kind of one after every live feed, they kind of let me know, hey, you did this, you did that. It was great, and all this stuff, and so just to hear it from some other people that I have no idea who they were before that, right? It was just
Hey,
kind of
you
felt a little.
You leaving some people out. You're kind of big in Newfoundland.
Well, yeah, but I know them. I message with them all the time. Right? So
I wish I knew some people from there.
Yeah, you don't. No. So, but other than that, I think Nationals was probably one of our best events of the weekend not of the weekend of the year. It was a thing where Wally, when he was up in Drummondville, he was hashtag more airmails, and I'd said in a post earlier that I'm going to have my top 5 shots. I think I have about 8 that I clipped together here, because man, people were firing. Like, it was just.
I disliked Canadian Nationals because it was the same. Well, it was because it was the same weekend as Spencer's. Yeah, we didn't get to hang out.
Okay, well, yeah, okay.
I just wish it was split up a little more, and I understand it kind
of. Well, next year will be different. It
will be different. I know this year was it was thrown together a little bit. I know for Canada there was a lot of stuff that was kind of added in midway through the season. You actually had most of your season up there before we even had a quarter of ours down here. But it seemed like this second half of the year was kind of piecemealed up there, and just a bunch of events were just kind of thrown in. So I would like to see this next upcoming year where ACL has already put out the first 6 events, where it starts in Rock Hill for the States, not for Canada. But I'd like to see a kind of a mix where people can travel a little more and get a little more involved in a lot of different stuff.
So on the weekend we had three announcements. We had Calgary. We already know end of October. Going to be a tough one for a lot of people. Beginning of December in Ontario, 5th to 8th, I believe. Not sure.
Okay.
Then we're going to St. John's, Newfoundland, May 30th to June 1st.
May 30th through June 1st.
And I'm seeing you giving a shout out to Nico. I'm going to give a shout out to Jody Naftel, who bypassed Spencer's. She flew over Spencer's because I was looking and I was like, I just seen a Facebook post that you were in like Hawaii yesterday. Went from Hawaii to Ottawa to play cornhole in the Nationals.
Why would you do that?
Because why would you go to Spencer's?
Because I got to hang out with the coolest people in the whole wide world. I got to hang out with some of the greatest people ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't there.
You weren't there. That's what made me sad that the Canadian Nationals were at the same time. I would have loved to see almost everybody on this chat and a lot of other people that aren't here tonight to all get together, because I want to see ACL balance everything a little more, right? Because I feel like Canada right now is kind of like they are to America, kind of our little stepbrother.
Yeah. I think we're starting to. I think we're starting to get there.
No, listen, for cornhole, you are as a country.
Yeah, and it's still, and just, I don't know, the other. It's hard to put this into words. So there was some stuff kind of went on, and then we ended up getting put on the ACL YouTube for the Thursday, Friday, and then actually the team's final got put on just ACL Canada Facebook. And I kind of asked Trey after that, you know what? I love the exposure to the States and out there, but I'm okay being just on ACL Canada Facebook because we talked about it before at the Canada US exhibition, right? About the way that the one chat was one way, other chat was another way. And unfortunately, for lack of a better term, the YouTube chat coming from south of the border, absolute cesspool of comments from people that are just, I've never heard of who you are, but you're chirping our players here. And then you make a comment saying, oh, I'd love to go to Worlds someday. Okay, you've never been to Worlds. Half of these people that are playing have been to Worlds. I've been to 2 Worlds. I suck. Okay, you haven't been. So you don't need to be on here talking about how bad these players are.
Well, listen, here's the thing. No matter where you are, there's a ton of keyboard warriors out there. I mean, I even see it, every day on ATC, because I won't say the real name.
Oh, yeah.
And, just regular sites. There's a lot of people that, want to sit there and say they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Listen, if you're not playing and you're not playing at a high level, like we have some of the best players in Canada in the chat right now, right?
Oh, and I'm going to say I'll be doing a video here in a couple minutes, and most of those people that are in the video are in the chat.
Yeah, listen, we've got, I can't say Derek Barrett. We got Brandon Brown here. We've got Andrew Spencer. We've got Bernie Portalesi in here. We've got, some of the best players in Canada, James Forbes. Like, if you're going to talk shit to these guys, let's go to a side court and let's put up $20 a beer, whatever it is, and we'll see how quickly you get humbled.
Actually, it was kind of funny. It was there was one guy who was very vocal in the chat, and then all of a sudden I kind of looked at Matt and I was like, I want Brandon on the live feed court, right? Matt sent Brandon over. I said to Brandon, I was like, okay, it's a cesspool, and there's a guy saying how bad we are, how we're not making shots, we're not making this, we're not making that. Brandon was like, let's go. And all of a sudden it became like airmail show. Brandon was putting on a show, and that guy disappeared. He just, I don't know where he went. He just vanished.
Listen, if there's anybody if you want an air show and you're going to put him up there, he'd be my number one pick. He'd be my number one pick because I've seen him do it in so many clutch situations that that's where my money is. You know what? If I was going to a blind draw night and airmail was, $600 a bag, we're gonna make a corporation.
Yep.
We'll go half and half, but he's throwing the bag.
Yep. And for anyone, I don't know, Brandon, you got to help me with this. I think it was after the team's event on the Thursday night. I think it was. If anyone's seen Brandon and I, our little back and forth, that was planned. We kind of we were talking and was like, you want to put on a show? And we're like, yeah, okay. So I kind of give him a push. I was like, yeah, get out of here. Then he kind of went and was like, you know what? Having some fun. It was a fun weekend all around. I loved it. I just hope next year continues like that as well.
Well, that's the thing. The one thing I like about Spencer's for the US is that it's kind of the season finale, right? Yep. You've got a couple big tournaments, not bigger, a couple big tournaments coming up next month. Where you've got the Clash and you've got Colorado Cornhole Connections doing their Kawasaki Kids. But when you really look at Spencer's caps off the entire season for the ACL, and I think it really helps drive a little more camaraderie, right? I saw so many people playing with other people that you wouldn't think they were a team. Mm-hmm. And some people are like, oh, are they trying partnerships out? What are they doing?
New bags. Going new bag because the bag manufacturer is going to pay a whole bunch of money, and don't have to throw my regular bags because it's the off season.
We'll talk a little more about that in a bit. But I love kind of a season finale, and for you guys, you didn't get that yet because, it was your nationals, right? So everybody was still playing.
That was kind of season finale. Like there was a lot of teams.
But you still
once the pro doubles was done on the Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. No. Matt mixed it up. Wow. Whatever. When all the pro stuff was done, everyone kind of split up and played with different people, and it was all kind of cool.
That one beer really messed you up.
It did.
No, but I'm just saying. But there was still people that showed up, still had something to play for, right?
Yep.
There were still points on the line, no matter if it was like doubles ended it or not. You don't have that tournament where everybody can just kind of just hang out and have fun. And what's this Lance Fuller person in the chat?
He's done. Yeah, he's done. And yeah, Brandon's gonna have a new partner. I got no idea who it is yet. But here, you know what? We're almost less than half an hour because someone was a dumbass. So why don't we just run that video?
Go ahead.
So here's like my 8 shots, and we'll kind of talk. I thought there was going to be sound, but there's no sound. So I'm going to be hearing the sound from the video, and you hear us talking, but I'm going to hear him and the video. It's not going to be fun. So yeah, so here is my bigger shots from the weekend. See my share screen, share window, my media player. How's that? Can you see that, Neil?
No, the media player is not up yet.
Okay, so there's my well then Dreamer Studio, there's here. Is it not gonna is it gonna just be a
It worked like a half an hour ago.
It did. It did work.
When we had our 30-second run through.
We did. Now I can't see anything. I can absolutely see nothing.
We see you.
You can see me. But I can't see you. I can't just. How's that? Can you hear that? Can you see that?
Oh, with the box? No, can't see it.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I can't even see nothing here now.
You flying blind?
I'm flying absolutely blind. So yeah, so we can talk. I'll just listen to you.
All right. Just stay right there. No, lift your head up a little bit. Right. Right.
Oh, wait a second. There. Now I can do the share screen.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. But I gotta rewind it though because I've already started. See there. So here's the first shot. So I'll kind of go through the shots here. First shot here. As you can see, they're actually sitting 4-on-3 on the board. So Simone has a bag in. She's up 4-on-3 on Lana. And Lana's one of the top shooters in Canada for women's. So Simone came back. She was down big. Need this here bag to go in, and she does this. So she's up and doesn't touch Lana's bag at all. Right? So that was a big bag for her. She ended up, Lana then went off the back. Simone gets points. She wins the game. Right? And that's to advance. I believe she was to go to see about the game, to go to the final. She ends up going to the final, loses to Crystal Higgins in the final. But still, you know, I talked about Dawn Cartwright before being one of the most improved. Simone, just unbelievable the last part of the season there. And then this weekend, she threw amazing. So, if you're talking in chat, I can't see you in the chat.
Nope. They're just saying technology is not your friend.
Yeah. Well, it never is. And it was like that all weekend long. So, next shot here is, I had them written down. Mason Miller. Watch this here.
Big
drags it
right there.
Right? So, on that drag there, he's down 12-6. Right? Makes the comeback all the way, double dips Ludovic. So then Mason Miller, 10-year-old, becomes our first junior pro in Canada here. Right? And James Forbes, him and I called all of the women's division and then the juniors final there. And like, wow, like we've got a lot of young, great kids in Canada here that I cannot wait for the next couple of years.
James is saying Simone was unreal at nationals, and Don is saying Simone threw lights out. Yeah, I can see the bottom of the chat. Oh, there, that changed up. Remember, we weren't going to do that. Yeah, you weren't going to do that. Yeah, I wasn't going to do that. But yeah, but I did it anyway. So next shot here. Next, and I had to apologize because I wasn't really paying attention to his bag. I was watching what the other bag that wasn't his was going to do. This was in doubles. A little bit of bar soap action here. You got to watch. Weiss. It goes bar soap, and then Brandon's bag falls. Right, so I was kind of watching. I was watching Brandon's bag,
But Connor, like after, he's like, "Hey, you missed my shot," and I was like, "Yeah, I know. I was kind of watching the other bag. It's remember one. There's only one monkey running this show, and it's this guy trying to figure stuff out, right?" Ooh, Eric Pearson saying Brandon and Mason team up. Never know. Never know. Next shot here, we got another bar soap. This year, watch the reaction post shot. So he's setting up here. I got no idea French, so I'm not sure what they were talking about, what to do. But he comes up. There he goes. Knocks Tracy's bag off. He thinks it's a wash.
Yeah,
So we're saying bar of soap. He's like, you can see he's like, wash.
Wait a minute, he was so surprised he had to take both AirPods out.
And then he's got that face. Right?
So shocked.
So yeah, he was like, and we talked about that afterwards. He was like, and so then that was right before the swap. So then for the whole swap, he's on his phone and he's just watching it and he's laughing by himself. Right? It was hilarious. It was a fun moment for that. Next shot here, for the win. Right? You got to drag a bag for the win, and we talked about it before. That's what he does.
That's what he does.
Right? It's what he does. Right? He's up, and he drags that bag. I was surprised he didn't take both bags.
Listen,
Brandon Brown gets that, and that was to go to the King Seat game.
That was a great game. That was a great shot. But Brandon, we got to talk about those pants. We'll talk offline.
Yeah. So that was they're down 20-19. Needs that shot. Needs to drag the bag for the win to go to the King Seat game, and he gets it. Right. Next shot here. You're gonna like this. Little dart action.
Oh,
Andrew
great.
Spencer is up. Airmail.
Oh.
Right. Albert Parsons says, "I'm going to do that as well."
And Albert moved his bag a little closer to the hole there.
Yeah. And then Andrew Spencer comes in and another one, but drags Albert's bag.
Albert's bag in.
Right. So yeah, but it's still a great shot by those guys. So that was in the pro doubles. I think the second time that they played.
He threw those bags better than the guy that owns them.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I would say that. Next one here is a throw that you are familiar with. Someone else is using the name. You came up with the term.
I'm just an innovator, Doug. I'm just an innovator.
You're an innovator. Yeah, so this is a hard drag push in the doubles final. Guillaume Tremblay's up. All three bags leaves Joe Butsky's bags there. Right? Big shot there by Guillaume. Next one, I have to do it because it is his last shot on a live feed. So we have to do it. I wish you could hear the sound on it. I'll put it out. But you can hear Dion saying, "What's it going to come?" You can hear Dion saying, "You got the green light." His last shot, he needed to drag it, but he gets the airmail.
It was his last shot of the weekend.
Well, no, because he is. Let me see here. I'm going to stop sharing. Get that out of here. So he is retiring.
How many times have we heard that?
Albert, no, he said he's done. Albert said he's done.
I'll believe it when I don't see him.
Right. So I will put that video stuff out on the Facebook page tomorrow here. But those are just some of the bigger shots that I've seen on the weekend. Yeah, it was, and I could have had about like 20, 30 shots like that could have went out there. So I'm seeing Sean, because it didn't go up on my thing. Is that Latham?
No, it's Sean Birchfield.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brandon, you had that cutter airmail. You were like, dude, I could have like an hour worth of stuff on with Brandon there, but it's like, that's what I mean. Like, that's just a small snippet of the big shots that were all weekend long.
Do you want to see one of my favorite pictures of the weekend?
Uh-oh.
It was taken by the GOAT right now, the new GOAT of cornhole, Trey Birchfield.
Okay.
And he sent it to me.
18.
That's called too many IPAs.
Good thing that screen went black. So yeah, but yeah. Oh, so yeah, so Jay, we got some talk in the chat here. So we know next year we've got Derek Barrett and Andrew Spencer will be teaming up as one doubles team. So it's the only team I really know for sure, honestly. Because I'm hearing that there's a whole bunch of actually no. Rammer, James Forbes, and Corey Ewart staying together. So yeah. Oh well, Derek, I just did. So that's okay. You can come on a show later on and just kind of confirm it. How about that? But yeah, it was great weekend overall. Congrats! I gotta say, congrats to Bernie. Talk with him afterwards. He gets the singles win. It's a singles win he's been after for a couple years now, and I think there was some people that got a little overboard for him getting emotional. But when you've come that as close as he has a couple times, right? Shut up. Just
listen. I don't care if he's come close to once. I 0 times. When you win at that level, you can be as emotional as you want. Guess what?
Yep.
You are the top of the pyramid at that point. So if anybody wants to give him shit, they should just take their bags, burn them. Especially
he should. People can say, "Oh, he should have won because he played against an easy player." No, he played against Brandon Brown in the final, a guy who was on fire all weekend for singles, right? Like Brandon won everything all weekend, and just
But hey, be as emotional as you want.
Yeah.
Listen, I would have had a Burger King crown and a cape if I won. Because guess what? I am the
probably could have had a Crown Royal crown and a cape because
so
Daniel Vaines had that there.
He said he threw a 10.5. But listen, be as emotional as you want, Bernie.
Yeah.
Listen, you won. You took down everybody in the tournament. Listen, have fun, baby. Own it. I blocked him.
But no, it was a fun and that's probably why I forgot to change the camera sometimes, because I got so invested in these games because it was just the best cornhole I've seen in Canada ever. I'm going to say that ever. Like every game was great, and that's why I think I have someone coming on. I got to have another meeting, but because I really don't even know my status for next year yet. If I'm actually going to be in Calgary or not, I got to have another talk with that. And then also, speaking of live feeds, if anyone's seen it, I know. Thank you, Daryl Lucio, for calling. He tried to call me. I have my phone on mute. He called Matt. So if anyone is wondering, ACL Canada went live like 20 minutes after. We had our cone up here in Canada. Got a call that live feed's still going. I got that's what Matt's telling me. Live feed's still going, and I was like, my laptop is still up. It says stream stopped, and all the cameras are in this box. So we don't have any cameras that are going still, unless they're frozen. So tried to, got on the phone, calling Trey, calling Corey, calling a whole bunch of people. Finally got a hold of somebody in Rhode Island that made the connection to California, and one of the Spencer's cameras turned on ACL Canada, and so that was, we were watching the floor in California.
I was going to say, because the only ACL feed that was there was the actual live broadcast court.
Yep.
Because they didn't do anything out in the field, because if you were at Spencer's, where the VIP tent was, there was only 2 live feeds. It was the Titan Court and another company that throws R bags.
Do you know what though? Honestly though, yeah, you can. It's that. Looking at their setup for their cameras behind the boards was freaking awesome.
I'm Doug. I took lots of pictures. I'm trying to get that recreated.
That was kind of like the light shining over top, but the camera, it was kind of awesome.
That thing, that score tower.
Vance just said it.
Well, if you didn't see it,
Kevin's on now. Kevin, you missed your kid's video on the show. Like,
no, but Ultra's towers were amazing.
Yeah.
And the great thing about those, Doug, there's no hardware. It just kind of puts slot A into slot B, slot C goes into slot D, and it just kind of all compressed together. And it had room for the tablet, it had power for the tablet, it had a camera mount, it had the light above. I mean, that thing was amazing.
Yeah. So right now I am working on some stuff for next year. The overboard camera is going to be out a little farther. We've got some other stuff that's going to be doing that. So it's not going to be that small little arm. So I'm going to be out farther, being able to look down, straight down. And Kevin, I actually already sent you. It was just his one drag shot. But yeah, it's going to be, I'm trying to talk to my money person, aka my wife, to see if I can get some more of these little $300 camera type things, and then I can have one going. I can do the straight on and down from like the same
tower
spot. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that is a goal. You know, I don't have the budget of the ACL or anybody else like that. So, you know.
Well, this is all me paying for it. Like it's
Well, I don't even pay for stuff. My wife does. I have no money.
Well, yeah, that's the same. Yeah,
she gets two.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but it's, yeah.
Yeah, she gets 2 paychecks. I'm afraid because when she was upstairs checking the credit card bill, as I was down here, we can get ready to go live. So she might hand me my tab from Spencer's, and that's going to be a little scary.
Actually, you know what? I've got to give thanks to, again, I said Steve Lucas, Derek Barrett, Craig Halford, anyone else. I went to put all my expenses together, and I'm like, I've got 2 receipts. On Friday, I bought lunch and I bought supper, and that's it. Everyone else, like, I go to get food or whatever, or out, I'll go to pay. Oh no, already taken care of it. Like, wow, like it's, you know, because I had an issue a little bit like this. Another like this is just the weekend that I had there. Like the cornhole, fantastic. The rest of my weekend, absolute trash. Go to check in the hotel on because the Wednesday. I went down the Wednesday night. Happened to I had the bottle of not this bottle because it still had some in it. The bottle of the Harris Beach Spirits Rye 51. This bottle. It was a fuller bottle. Okay, this is the one that's just down here, and I took it and I walked into the Newfoundlanders Airbnb, plopped it on the counter, and then slept on the couch because I didn't have a hotel. So I slept on the couch there, and then go to check in the hotel, and they're like, "Oh, your credit card's not working." I'm like, "What do you mean the credit card's not working? Credit card's fine. There's lots of money on it, not working." Then come to find out after calling the bank that there's been a little bit of fraud on my card. So I can either say that the fraud isn't good charge and then I can use my card to get a hotel, or say that there's fraud and I'm not paying it and then my card is done. Yeah, James, that free hotel breakfast. And James, I met we had a conference every morning for breakfast at the hotel because I was able to go because I go back. I was like, okay, I can't deal with this now. I got to go do a live feed of the teams. I go back to the hotel and I go to get my card and they're like, oh, it's already been paid for. I'm like, how has it already been paid for? My wife calls, uses her credit card for it, except now I have to sign a permission slip for her to pay for my hotel. Sure. Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Well, you had way more fun than I did.
It wasn't fun.
Oh, look who's in the chat.
Oh, Jeremiah Ellis is in the chat.
Huh.
He's made a decision yet? Because I've seen Lance put out an awesome video. That video of all the heads talking. Right? When with him that he's saying that he's staying.
I got to hang out with my friend Jeremiah Ellis. Somehow I got backstage at Spencer McKenzie's. So I did get to
everyone's feet.
I got to hang out with Jeremiah. and I got to hang out with this guy here.
Can't see it.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah, I've got his email address. I've already emailed him a couple times.
I've got his phone number.
Whatever.
And I got to hang out with this guy.
You can't. I think you're contractually obligated not to talk about that.
I am. But look, if you notice, I'm on the live feed court. That is the ACL ESPN court.
Yep.
That I'm hanging out with. So, listen, I make stuff happen, Doug.
Yeah. Well, just so you know, the Shamar Moore thing, I did it first.
What's that?
I had my picture with him and everything when I was at Worlds last year.
Yeah, but we're best friends now. I have lots of best friends, Doug.
Well, but he remembered me the second time I talked with him.
Look, I even got a picture with your best friend over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's
Yeah, Matty King. Don't talk about the other video. Me and Doug talked about it there. We're not talking about that other video.
I can't wait to see Matty King up here this year. We've already talked about his small little road trip that he could be doing. That we can't really announce a full trip yet, but it's. I think it's going to be epic.
Well, there is some stuff in the works with Matty King, so let's go.
But no, I think it was a bang up weekend to finish the season, and whatever next season brings, I can't wait to see what happens.
Listen, I am hoping next season at least brings a little bit more separation in the tournaments, so that we can all hang out some more. Where a lot of us can get up to Canada, and a lot of you guys can come down to the States, and we can all hang out some more, because the game is only going to grow.
Well, I know what we won't be doing next year.
What won't we be doing?
There's one thing we will not be doing.
We will not be crossing the line.
We'll not be stepping.
Wait a minute.
There's no stepping.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'll cross the line, because that's all I ever do. You can't go past the line, kids.
And I've already closed it. I can't bring it up again. Actually, let me see if I can bring it up again. Kevin Miller, if you're still watching, get ready to watch again. That is the one thing you're not going to be able to see it. Actually, let me do this here. You'll be able to see. I'm gonna do a couple things from the juniors final. Okay. Watch these two kids throw. Mason Miller, Ludwig Daig. Okay, our two young kids that were in the junior final. We're gonna show their first round.
Wait,
okay?
Jimmy Seard has joined the chat.
He's your friend.
That's my best.
Let's see if I can do this here this time. I'm gonna share the screen. Look at that. It's coming up to because I didn't have it all small. So here it is again. So watch these two kids play their first round. There's gonna be no sound on it, but just watch these two kids play. What are they not doing? 2 10-year-olds.
Not even close to the line.
Like Mason stepping up the line, no step.
What do we got?
And he's just chucking.
We got some MX versus what are those black bags, Doug?
I can't remember because Mason, the first time I did a video with him in Delhi, he's throwing game changers.
Really?
And he's making game changer slick side like block. Right? So
it's a good round.
You're seeing,
10-8.
So that was their full first round.
Jesse saying Brotherhood Guard.
Okay, so Jesse knows. So they're not even stepping over the line.
No,
right? Two 10-year-olds.
Jimmy,
so
you're my friend.
Even though you moved away from him.
So I do know some teams for next year.
Okay.
But I will tell you, Jeremiah Ellis is playing with You're not gonna know, people. I don't share secrets. And darts, I don't believe you'll see a dart L. I think you'll see some color variations this year. 2025 bags are already out. TitanCornholeBags.com. Go there.
I noticed that darts, I think, sold out at the same time at both of our tournaments.
Yeah, darts. We had an entire almost case of darts, and they went very, very quickly. We also had some boards that went pretty fast because we are one of the companies that do have the new ACL board stamp on them. So you will see those on the site. There are, I believe, there's right now 5 board manufacturers that are certified for play. All Cornhole, BG, Titan. I forget the other couple.
Yeah, I know we're still trying to figure out what we're going to be doing here in Canada because there's no certified board makers in Canada yet.
Well, the thing too is it doesn't have to change until 2025 for most tournament directors down here. I don't know what's going to happen for you guys up there, but it's going to be different. And James, yeah, that is going to be the big thing right there where the points are separated now. I don't know how many people are going to come back and forth, but I know a lot of the players had fun coming up there. I know Jordan Power loved coming up there. MFer was up there a lot. We had the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Reynolds up there.
It was, yeah. It was up in Drummondville. We had Yeti Irwan up here. We had Steve Graves up here. He was a pro. Shemmerhorn was up to a couple. Jordan Brown, who's I think he's back in the elite program. Jaden Ellis.
Jimmy Humans,
winner of their first Open singles. Most, like a lot of the Titan guys, just an incredible amount of players that came up. Like Patuski, Brady Foster, Nathan Metot. It's
those 2 guys named Hisner and Birchfield.
Yep.
The big tippers.
Yep. Yeah. If you're a waitress or a waiter at any establishment they're at, fight for their bill.
Look for the guy in the floppy hat.
Yes.
I didn't.
But with the points being separated this year. Yeah, Frank Verona, Mr. Second Place up here. I think he was like second place at like 2 of the 4.
Yeah, Matty, a lot of players did fly out to Europe. I know. I believe the team was, I think, Adam, Trey, Cheyenne, I want to say.
No, Adam, Trey.
Miranda Coy,
Hunter Thorne.
I'm trying to see if I can pull that up.
I'm missing one. Yes, something I couldn't really tell because he was in the dark, but James got it. Trey was wearing For a Joke shirt here when he was on a couple weeks ago.
Why would he do that?
No, it's But man, my phone here that I'm watching some of the stuff on is it's I think the show is restarted.
So here
the video is restarted. The chat is up to date.
All right, so here we go. Yeah. We got Miranda Coy, Trey Birchfield, Adam Hisner, Ethan Walker, Hunter Thorne, and Logan Chamberlain is Team USA.
Yep. So do you know what I'm waiting for? The match I am waiting for. Logan Chamberlain against Paul Vandendam. They threw against each other side by side. Paul's about, I was going to say a couple inches, but probably a couple feet taller than Logan. Big man. And he was kind of going toe-to-toe with Logan there in Rock Hill. So I'd like to see them playing against each other again.
So is this where Team Canada's going out too? Or
yeah, prior to Germany. Yeah, that's that's what you said was the Team USA for the WCO event.
Oh, they're in Trier, Germany?
Trier, Germany, yes.
Okay. I had to go to Trey's page to find it because I couldn't. It was too far down on the ACL page. So I went to see Trey's.
No, so that's coming up a couple weeks.
Can I ask a question? Did we talk about jerseys tonight?
Not yet.
Okay, because
that was on my list because I said we're going to talk about some other stuff.
Wait a minute, I've already gotten 4 jersey friggin' interests.
Oh,
are you interested, sir? I sell jerseys.
Johnson, Goff, no, I got. I'm even. I thought I had to work for the top 100 conference tournament in Ontario here. Unfortunately, no, I don't. I don't have to work, but I've now found out that my kid has a hockey game. It's the first one with his new team where he's like fresh off, doesn't know anyone. So I'm going to go and support the family because, like I said in my post on Thursday, I've missed a lot here this year, just with going to events and like I said, there's that Zach Brown Band song that's doing what you love has a high price to pay, and that's we miss a lot of stuff with family stuff with doing this, and just kind of come home, stay home this for a little bit here till Calgary, support the family, and kind of get back into things, right? But yeah, so the jersey thing, back on that, I get that too. Like there was one guy that messaged me, and I told him not interested, and then like a couple months later, messaged me again, and I kind of just screenshotted the thing. I was like, still hasn't changed, and then he blocked me. Got all upset.
Oh,
sorry. But yeah, like there's a couple, and then you can tell by the names, right? It's like really like they're like, hey, how are you? Not interested. Sorry, I don't need that. So now, if you're sending me a Facebook friend request, if we do not have any more than 20 followers or 20 friends in common, I'm saying no.
All right, Doug. So I'm just going to the Voice of Cornhole messenger page. Okay, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have more jersey things than people that want to really talk to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's crazy. And
well, I've even laughed at the show here. When I go to the insights of the show, let's see if it'll come up. Phone's almost going to die here.
Lance Fuller says, hello, sir, is an automatic block in remove.
Here's my top cities of places that follow the show.
All right, let's
that follow down back. Top cities starting at the top with 55 people is St. John's, Newfoundland.
All right.
Second at 22 is the hometown of Kitchener here. With 16 in third, Conception Bay, Newfoundland. Fourth is Hamilton, Ontario at 15. And tied with Hamilton is Sialkot, Punjab, Pakistan.
All right, let me see if I can.
There's 15 Jersey people there that are following me.
All right, let me see if I can find mine. Is that
consequently? Sixth is Paradise, Newfoundland with 12. So like, yeah, but it's the Jersey stuff is it gets out of hand. That and the patches and everything else. You know what? If I want them, I'm going to reach out to you.
Hey, listen, I'm big in the 35 to 44 crowd.
Yeah.
I have, my followers, 1.4 in the United States, 56 in Canada, 34 in Pakistan,
and
3 people in Germany.
Yep. But
love it.
The other thing with Jersey stuff is a thing that I kind of been hearing a lot of stuff with some leagues and stuff here now, or just some local leagues and that you have to wear that league stuff if you're going to wear any kind of stuff to their events.
Doug,
and it's just
Doug, that's happened to me here a couple times. Okay. So when you wear like you just throw a jersey on, right? I just go in the
Yep.
closet. I have like 35 jerseys.
Yep.
Go in there. I just grab the one that matches my shorts or as close as I think matches my shorts when I don't turn the light on in the closet, just to try to match as much as I can.
Yep.
Throw it on and just either jump in the car, jump on the bike, and go to that place. Who cares if it's another club? I'm there.
Well, I've even heard some places that send out emails saying, "Hey, here's if you want to come and play with us, here's what you can't wear." And it's like, really? Like it's
Doug. That's where I get all dressed up with a shirt from here and shorts from there and socks from one other place, and I just march in with my GoPro going because I want to see you throw me out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing it to disrespect you. Like who cares if I'm coming up to play with you guys and I wear an Ipswich Bay or a jersey from down here, right? One of my best friends is Mark from High Voltage. If I'm wearing a High Voltage jersey and I show up there, people should just be happy that someone came to play. Who cares about the shirt that's on their back? You know what I mean? Except when we go to Punjab, whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's when they're all going to be angry because we're not wearing their shirts.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that should be angry.
Yeah, I just feel that it's it's let people wear what they want to wear. If they want to support this club, want to support that club, it's yeah.
Listen, I'll come. Yeah, Lance, I'm with you. I'm gonna start handing out jerseys at that venue just for other people to wear.
Yeah. So
listen, it's just crazy. I mean, listen, I'm James. I'm the same. I play everywhere. I had a home club that was Doghouse, but I also played at Winter Circle around here. I played at Ipswich Bay around here. I've played a million places in this area. I could claim almost any club. But to me, I just claim the game of cornhole. I just want to go play and hang out with some great people. And I'm fortunate here, Doug, that I can play 2 or 3 places 4 or 5 nights a week. Especially in September when everything starts running again. I think there's 82 on Monday, 72 on Tuesday. Like everybody has a club now.
Yep.
But I mean, it's just about having fun, people. Like, why would you be so angry about? Listen, I wore an ACO jersey to an ACL event just to be that guy.
I got no idea what that is. I've never seen that.
Never heard of them?
No.
Yeah.
Never been to one. No.
Marky, I do need to make it back out to Moneybaggers Monday. Just my Mondays have been crazy right now.
What I have to do is I have to get back down to where Lance is at because I need to play in another Mark Adams event down there in the Raleigh area, North Carolina. I had a fantastic night down there. I got to play with Colby Shearer that night. I got to play with the Quinn family, and I need to get back down there again. Because that other guy, you know him too, that he's always wearing like Georgia Bulldog stuff, that Louis Dupree. Yeah, I met him first in NASCAR, then he took me to his house. And
Al Castro, I'm still trying to get that jersey on the website. It will be up someday. That guy.
2038.
Yeah.
2038. But the other thing, speaking of leagues, I made a post about this the other day. Jonathan Burr doing something that every league should do.
Invite me?
No. He invites me, not you. That if juniors are coming out to play in his league or tournament, they play for free. Right? To get juniors out to play. Let the kids play let them come out and play. Like I've said along, like when I had did a little live thing with Mason there, I was down in Delhi. I said, you know what? We're all going to be like in the seniors division with no young kids if we keep, kind of going at young kids for coming out and being upset or finding you got a young kid and then going home because you don't want to have it play against them. Right? Let the kids play for free. Let them come out. Because man, they're like we had Ludwig Daig. He ended up winning the intermediate division. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, well,
Look
that's
who's joined the chat. John Clark has joined the
John Clark,
chat,
sure.
talking
Yeah.
about his league. His league, I think, is now taken over for the most players in an organized league here in the Northeast, but 120 deep right now. And he says kids don't play for free; they don't buy beer.
Well, it's to get them out playing because that's the one thing up here is our junior divisions and tournaments little low on the attendance and we've got a bunch of great players when they do come out. So that's my parents do. So yeah, so you can't just drop your kid off. You have to bring the kid, and then can't even say have a 2-drink minimum because then you need to have someone to drive home. But
They do demand chicken tenders. Yes, they do like the chicken tendies.
So make sure you have food at your venue, kids.
Or have a venue you can bring food in.
Yeah.
Like we played a couple of VFWs around here that don't serve food, but they're okay if you bring food in as long as you clean up after yourself and don't leave a mess.
I just found out Marty Van Lannen at our league. I just found out that I was like, where are you always getting this food? The kitchen at the Moose has the like on the Tuesday nights because we play Thursday nights. The Thursday nights they do karaoke over at the on their side of the one other side of the bar, and
the member side.
It's no, because we're allowed over there, so it's not really just for a member side, but they're split up. There's a hall, and then there's like a bar section of it, and they don't sing. They have karaoke there. They have karaoke there, but they also serve food. So he's coming in like with like mashed potatoes and like pork and this and that, and I'm like, dude, like he's like, oh, just go see if they have any left. But when I went, there was none left.
You're too late, Jim. Too late.
Yeah. But yes, they serve like full meals there, so it's
got to get there early.
I'm gonna start doing that. No more stopping at Burger King on the way there.
Oh,
it'll just be Burger King on the way home. That's all that'll be. Whopper Wednesday on a Thursday.
Getting your heartburn one way or another.
Yeah, well, kind of is what it is. Yeah, Marcy. Yeah, it's.
Oh, is that the guy that's always like hitting it too?
Yeah, always on the airmail. Yeah. But he said it because he goes to Florida, plays against Sam Finley and Rosie and all them. But yeah. So, speaking of Eric Pearson, Dayton Weber or anyone who knows Dayton Weber, get it to Dayton Weber. You need to partner up with Eric Pearson. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Eric, nicknamed, and nobody get mad at me for this because it's his nickname. Everybody calls him it. No hands. Yep. Because it's watch him play. He'll mess you up because sometimes he puts the shoes on the wrong feet as well. Yeah. I've never beat him.
I was actually hanging out with Dayton this weekend.
Yeah. Well, we need to get Dayton. We need to get either Eric down there or Dayton up here somewhere. We need to get them crossed and at the fake bar all weekend.
He was at the fake bar. It was Sean Latham's place.
Well, then, yeah. It's and then Latham, you need to come on here on a Saturday night. That you're not at some comedy club. That's it.
Yeah. So that's it. Listen. Eric said he's headed to Spencer's next year. Yeah, Maddie King was there. We were hanging out. Hey, Candy Girl is coming to the chat.
Funny. She's had enough of you last weekend.
Yeah, she got a lot.
She was done babysitting. She was just none of it. But yeah.
Listen. She has a great time babysitting me.
Yeah, Candy, you don't need to say that just because it's him here.
Listen, it's completely
yeah.
true. People love me.
Yes, that's she's for the people who are on my side of the chat. That's what she said. I don't believe it. I think it's under duress.
Listen.
But yeah.
So coming up soon in the next couple weeks, I will be announcing all of my sponsors for 2025.
Derek wants to know if you stayed up past 8 p.m. though.
Derek, I did take a couple naps. I did take a nap at around I don't know, maybe it was 10 o'clock. I don't remember.
I do have to say, because you were at an Airbnb with all of Team Titan, correct?
With the everybody that works for Titan, yes.
Yeah.
Most of the Team Titan came over to hang out, yes.
So again, even though I did have a couple drinks of the Harris Beach Rye 51, go get it at your local LCBO in Ontario. If not in Ontario, ask to have it at your wherever you buy your alcohol. I've had a couple of those. Go to sleep on the couch, and nobody knew how to turn the TV off, so that was like going. Luckily, it was in another room. But then my laugh was when they all went to bed upstairs in their different rooms. Turned into an episode of the Waltons. Everyone's saying goodnight to each other. It was like a straight 20 minutes of just each person saying that. But yeah. And congrats to Dave Mayo. When Andrew Spencer was announced as an new ACL Canada Pro, no Kleenex was needed. Unlike when Dion was the first one to get his pro spot, needed a little bit of Kleenex.
Lance, there will be some sort of Titan announcement when the team is finalized. Don't know what it will look like.
Because you know why? Somebody won't be in it again.
I did. Wait, I made the team picture out at Spencer's. I made the team picture. This guy.
Yeah, standing in behind like Bruce did in Rock Hill isn't really in the picture. That's just photo bombing.
There will be something that will happen, Lance. Don't know what it is. I know it's always a work in progress. There'll be storyboards. There'll be epic productions, but something will happen as soon as for the team announcement. But see, Candy says I did make it in.
Again, just head up isn't really nothing.
Bernie, Polar Ice Plunge should be one of my sponsors. How are you doing with it? Because I was in there after I got back from Spencer's. I was spent half a day in there because my body was a little bit of pain. A little bit of pain. See, Candy says I'm an OG.
Old guy?
That too. That's why I have lots of aches and pains.
Yeah.
Listen, I was Titan before Titan was cool. I was actually WG. If you know, you know.
So John Carr's got a serious question.
All right.
As the American pro numbers decrease, is pro dom still a goal for people of the North?
Pro dom. What is pro?
I'm guessing being a pro in the States. So we do have 2 this year that have been announced.
Yeah.
Being Crystal and Lana.
Mm-hmm.
My feeling is now that the whole point system is separated. So anyone from the States who comes up to Canada, your points will be for ACL Canada. Canadians going to the States, they will not be able to get their points in the States will not count to their ACL Canada points.
So
there's a hard divide now.
Well, but
the seas have been parted.
But here's the question, though. Like, I know Bernie and Brandon came down a lot, and they were technically ACL pros.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but no, technical they were.
No, but I'm saying technically because they got to play in both divisions.
Yep.
Right, because they weren't excluded from playing back in Canada either. They were still a pro in Canada. So does that take that away now?
I think that's where after next year is probably where it's going to go. I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
Well, because that's going to suck for those guys because they traveled a lot. So Bernie's saying
Are you
yes.
saying yes? Yeah.
That sucks because they qualified to be, ACL pros.
Mhm.
And now, nothing against Canada, just being ACL pros it takes a little bit away from traveling. Right?
We're gonna have we're now gonna have 6 events up here.
No, but the thing what I'm saying though is they could still play in the 6 there. And the ones that didn't conflict, they could come down here and play, right? So they could kind of not necessarily double dip the points, but they got 2 separate bracket of points, right?
Yep.
So what's the incentive for them to pay the extra money to travel down to the States to play? Besides, playing different people, but you're not incentivized by points. Maybe a little bit bigger prize pool, maybe.
Yep.
Depending on which one you go
Probably
to.
it. I for me, and I'm saying it's just for me, it's nothing against anyone. It's just me looking at it for our way is maybe just trying to give me a smile, grow the game up here.
But
right, to kind of because travel isn't cheap, and especially in Canada, travel is absolutely horrible.
What do you mean? It's 2 for 1.
yeah. Ask my $700 hotel bill for 3 nights, right? And or flights. Like it's I think it's just a kind of I think because we're like I said, we're going to have 7 events, but now mind you, for some of the people, like for the people in Ontario, this year of our 4 opens and then the nationals, people in Ontario could drive to 3 of them. So that's what I was talking with some of the players, like even from out west, from Calgary, from Newfoundland. People in Ontario and Quebec, those pros could drive to 3 of the 5 events.
No, but
Calgary and St. John's, they had to fly to 4 of the 5. Right?
Sorry, my cup was not runneth over. No, but I love that for ACL Canada, right? For people out there that want to play, it's opening the sport up more and more, right? So it is growing the game in Canada. But for those people that have already invested 2 years, close to 3 years playing at such a high level and doing all the travel, that kind of hurts. Like it's almost like you're taking something away, right?
I think if you would still qualify, you still have that option.
Yeah, but then when you play locally, what are you just practicing? Because am I going to drive? If I'm in Toronto,
yep.
Am I going to drive to Michigan to get local points?
No, you drive to Buffalo.
Well, okay, well, I told you I suck at geography, but no. But am I going to drive there to get local points like 2 or 3 times a week to max out my 30 or whatever it is? But I don't know. I think it takes away a little bit away from the higher level cornhole.
Yeah, and really, honestly, if you look at it, for the people that would go to the States to get like local points or just to be able to go to local nights, is you're really only looking at the border places where you're going to look at the players from Quebec, Ontario, and right now BC, because I think Calgary is a little far to drive down. I'm not sure what's there, but the people in BC can go down to Washington State. There's Emerald City there that Suzanne Shalo has it. And as James Forbes said, how you're collecting points is going to be different in each country. Jeez, I forgot the word. I forgot the word.
Right. So wait a minute. That melts my brain even more. So
because there's the new,
but if the goal is to standardize cornhole to make it big enough to be in the Olympics,
mm-hmm.
Why would there be a different point system?
I think and then to maybe to further to help it in the Olympics, you're keeping here, this country, and then only really merging everybody when we have like a big WCO event.
Is it because we don't use the metric system?
Probably. But no, but like I think it's just to try and keep it's.
But why would the point system be different though? Why wouldn't you be able to accumulate the same amount of points in Newfoundland that I acquire here in New England?
Look, because I know James is kind of more invested in it, and he's been in more meetings than I have. He's saying every state province will have an event open to everyone. That's a weird change. So yeah, James, John Clark. If international points count, a non-pro Sean Farrell is now legit pro. I think he's. I think that's where it is. I think that is where it is to maybe define a line. Is that you cannot go and get people come up, we're coming here just to get points. So whatever, right?
No, and Bernie, I respect the whole making it prestigious for each country. I just think if we're trying to make it so that we can make it an Olympic sport, the IOC or whatever they call it, the International Olympic Committee, like everybody plays by the same set of rules across the globe, right? And that includes like points and how you qualify and everything else like that. So that's where I'm kind of coming from.
Their points are within their country, right?
Yeah, but if you're
unless they go to an international event.
Yeah, but I don't know. It still hurts my heart. It still hurts my heart. I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but it hurts my heart.
I think this is for the best, personally.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see because I just think it hurts some of the people that have put the work in and have played at such a higher level and traveled a lot more. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to chance, but I think it's shit. I mean, what? Oh, wrong. I hit the button wrong.
Yeah. But no, it's I think maybe to each their own. Wherever they want to do. I'm not going to say, hey, you can't do that. No. I'm just for myself. I just think.
Listen, I already had a long talk with my best friend about. You might be able to find some stuff on the internet.
A lot of stuff.
It was about a 2-hour chat that I don't remember.
Yeah. There is other questions that come out of this as well, right? With becoming a pro in our point system, if an American plays in Canada and gets all those points. Yeah, comes to all of our opens, can cross into league night. It can then go the other way. Where can an American become an ACL Canada pro?
Listen, if this is going to be the system, right? Is the system by geography or is the system by points?
Geography.
Then you'd have to play US.
But you can cross and play in Canada. Just like the Canadians can cross and play in America, in the U.S., and then their points are for the U.S.
But to your point, though, if that seesaw tips and I have more points in that other country, do I fall into that country even though my address in the ACL app, and I'm not even going to talk about that thing, does it fall there?
You're going to be in that standings.
No. But do I qualify there, or am I just in the standings and I get eliminated at the end because I'm not part of that country?
If Canadians can qualify and become pros in the States, that pendulum has to swing both ways.
Yeah, but it only works for maybe 30 players across the country, right? If that works, I'm moving to the tip of Montana so I can drive into Canada and try to play because I'll be the number one player in Montana. Because nobody else will be around me, and then I can maybe travel across to Canada and play. I just think it needs to be ironed out some more, and I don't. Not happening. I can be the only one in the state and still come in second. But I just think and I don't think it's going to be solved this year either. I think there's a lot more work that has to go into this, and I think we have to play with it. But I do think there has to be a standardized point system across the board of how you acquire. Yeah, I believe so too. If it's, I think it's done by your address, and you can cross and get points, but I think if you're in the top standings, you get knocked out because of where you live.
Mm-hmm.
That's just.
I think for WCO teams, you're still going to be. It's going to be geography thing that you have to be.
Oh look,
Mr.
an OG
Soto?
in the chat, Cito Soto. What's happening? But I just think it has to be done by your address. You know what I mean? What is it? The 49th parallel? Is that where we?
Well, because if you looked this year, if you did look, all the players that came up to play in Canada were in the ACL Canada standings.
Technically, I scored more points in Canada than I did in the U.S.
So did I.
No, but I played more points. I played more events in Canada this year than I did in the U.S. I think I only played 2 in the U.S. and I played, I think, 3 or 4 in Canada when we were in Drummondville. But, I just think there's a lot more work to it. And listen, here's the thing. I know I talked with Trey this weekend. I talked with Stacy this weekend, even without that live chat, just about some of the stuff. Like the thing with it is, it's about, I've always been in the beginning, I was very negative about the ACL. And then I swayed a little bit, but I've only swayed because I understand where they're trying to go. Do I agree with everything they're doing to get there? No. But I like where they're trying to get the sport.
I don't think we have to agree with everything that they do because, there's even some stuff I've seen that I'm like, right? And it's a whole growing thing. Like I still say, like for this international thing, we are way, way far ahead of where everyone thought we would be in this whole thing.
No, but even like,
and that's throwing a big wrench in that we've had to put stuff out quicker.
Well, I'm going to say something that's controversial right now, Doug. And
you
gotta block your ears a bit because you might get in trouble for this. I think the ACL wasn't ready for it, and they weren't treating Canada the way it should have been treated. Canada is way behind from a standpoint of being visible. The game that everybody's playing up there is way higher than the visibility it is getting. And I'm not saying with you with the live feeds or anything like that. I just think there needs to be a lot more attention on what's happening in Canada, because I love everybody in, Australia, in Europe and everything else, but they're nowhere near Canada is right now. Canada is 5 years ahead of everybody else, because here's the thing. In the U.S., cornhole's been played a lot longer. It's, for lack of a better term, it's a little easier to build in the U.S. because of everybody that's already been playing. Canada is exploding, but I think it needs a dedicated team to get it to the next level of organization. Because, listen, the player base is there. They've got, you and For a Joke and everybody else that's, really putting a lot more into the game. But I just think ACL needs to put a little bit more behind it and somebody in charge, right? Somebody that's helping, and their only focus is Canada. And that's got to be someone down in Rock Hill that's helping drive forward. I'm sorry. It just needs to, because the struggle is real right now in Canada where, you know what? The YouTube page wasn't being used all weekend. Why wasn't ACL Canada on the YouTube page? Or the
So we were on the Thursday and the Friday. We would then had we had a hard drop because of the Spencer stuff on YouTube on the Friday night. So we had a ton. So they it was used for some of the time. To a degree, Lance, we do have that here. Not the same to the same. But no, I think you may have been looking at my notes for an upcoming meeting that I may be having of stuff that I would like to see, and some stuff that I have questions about for regarding of promotion of the ACL in Canada. I've had issues with that for probably about a year and a half now. Right, that it's an easy fix, but it's just it's that there's I don't really want to. I'm probably saying the wrong word, but I'm still gonna say it anyway. But it's still, I think it's just still a different mindset that we are in right now. Yeah, we have pros, but we're not all focused on pros up here, if you know what I mean.
I know. Hey, listen, I'll get off my soapbox right now. I do have to mention something though, Doug. I'm going to do a shameless plug right now.
Okay.
September 7th, 2024. Do you know what that is, Doug?
Is that Sato's tournament?
That is the Cancer Sucks 2024 tournament. If you are in the greater Broadview Heights area, there is a tournament. And it's not just a tournament, it's a huge fundraiser. There's a clam bake. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. There's raffles. I remember last year, I won a little raffle last year, Doug. It was a whole sports pack. I got a couple helmets and some jerseys. It was a silent auction, but it is a great time raised to help a lot of people. So if you're in that area and you want to donate some money, head on by. If you want to just donate and say hello, the man in the chat right there, Cito Soto, you can look him up on Facebook. He is the organizer of the Cancer Sucks 2024 tournament. So hit him up on the Book of Face.
Yes, for sure. For sure. And yeah, Lance, I think we need Josh Keck up here is what I feel, or someone like him.
The guy to drive the truck?
I'm looking at Al's comment, and I'm just gonna. So I'm guessing he was in the pool.
No, Al Castro is here for me. He is. He's
just in a comment, and if I'm not going to air it all out, but if they knew all what was actually going on in my space, I'm very surprised I was even live at all. Let's just say that. Not to toot my own horn, but I did a lot.
I think Al's just saying I should be up there. I think that's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Well, Doug, we're a good team.
Yeah. Yeah. But there was different comments going on the one side than the other side. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Cito says we got to come next year. Food and drinks on him. Cito, I could bankrupt your tournament. All right. So, Dougie, anything else that you have from this week?
No, just we got a lot of new names popping out. We've got 4 new pros. Mr. Bebo, Mr. Shire, Mr. The big guy, Mr. Vandendam, and Mr. Colbert out of Garden City, Cornwall, are 4 new pros that made it in through the pro qualifier. There are still pro qualifiers going on in St. John's, in Quebec, in Ontario next weekend, and coming up out in Calgary. If you're in any of those areas, make sure you get to there. Although I think you have to be part of the top 100 to be able to get in that qualifier.
I know down here you do.
Yeah, so I think it's the same here. So we're going to be getting 2 more. So we have 2 more people from Newfoundland, 2 more people from Quebec, 2 more from Ontario, 2 more from out west. So it'll be another 8. So I think we're going to be up in the 40s number of pros. I think.
John Clark is just an instigator.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's standing off in the woods in the dark.
No, he's
You
standing
can't
up
see him.
ripping butts.
Yeah.
Ripping butts and twisting. He says 8.42 wins it.
Yeah. Oh. There's some big names going to be coming out of the West. That is going to be one wicked tournament for the qualifier there, because there's at least 4 names for 2 spots out there, and it's going to be very interesting. So, but yeah, another hour and a half here tonight.
Listen, Doug, that's why you should never say how long you want to go for. Because every time you say we're only going to do like a half an hour, we're going to do an hour, it turns into a marathon.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You're like that guy when I'm at work and someone says, "Oh, it's a real quiet night," and I'm like, "Don't say that."
Oh, I had the kiss of death at work today. So I had to work here today. I was at work at like 7 this morning. Going in last night as I'm leaving, the one coworker's like, "Oh, you're on call. It's a long weekend. You got to have an easy weekend." Okay. Got into work, started doing all my stuff, and I work in a little township that's a pretty good size. Got started off, started doing some stuff on the other side of the township. Get a call that the intruder alarm went off on one of our other facilities. I get there. There's only 2 cars in that parking lot that were inside the building. Both of them police officers who set off the intruder alarm.
Were they just checking the place out and just?
Well, no, they have a little like a little
outpost
office, yeah,
yeah,
that they can do work in there if they're going to use a washroom or whatever. And so yeah, so that was them.
Yeah, where did they park their horses?
Actually, there's a shed out back because I'm in a township that has Mennonites. Every place has a horse shed.
Well, I was just thinking, John says it was the Mounties.
Yeah, no, they were in vehicles, and then got to another place, and then got a call just leaving there. As I just left there, I got a call to go back, and yeah, it was a plumbing issue that I couldn't fix, and then it was just.
Does everybody have their snow tires on yet?
I got my all seasons on.
On the pickup truck, eh?
Yep. So.
All right, everybody.
Colby Shear. I got to meet Colby Shear for the first time at a Mark Adams event. At Good Times. I see him on Good Times. That's where it was. So yeah. So is that it? Is that it till next weekend?
I think that's it. I'm kind of tapped out. Listen, I can't show any other pictures on my phone because they'll get me in trouble. I can't show any other videos. They'll get me in trouble.
You know what? This weekend, I plan on taking pictures with a lot of people. And I didn't take any.
Well, Doug, I remembered half my day through my camera roll.
Well, that's kind of what you do. Oh, no. Looking here now. Can't show that one. Can't show that one. No, not that one either. I got some. Definitely can't show that. One of the Newfoundland players turned into a mummer on the one night.
What's a mummer?
It's like Halloween at Christmas. Oh, I can show this. I can show this picture. Ooh, he's wearing a wrong hat though on one of the pictures. Anyway, he's wearing a good shirt though. The Andrew Spencer was wearing. No, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see the Derek Barrett shirt.
The Derek Barrett shirt. At least he was wearing his white jersey for the one picture. So yeah.
Look I'm going to show you one of the best pictures I took all weekend, Doug. This is one of the greatest pictures. Right here. This guy took a mail van and put it on airbags and slammed it to the ground. That thing was sexy. Because there was an entire car show there. The entire weekend.
Yes, yep.
So I mean, it was pretty cool. Ready?
There was an aftermarket car show in the hall next to us.
This was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I got a lot from the host, Derek. I got a lot.
That one's pretty. It looks almost like the Munsters mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great time. I listen. I am planning to John, we don't have a Patreon. We just go live after the show, and we talk about a lot of that stuff without charging people. Doug does have a Patreon.
Yeah, but no one's ever put anything on it. Or you can subscribe to the show for $15 a month on the Down and Back Cornhole Podcast Facebook page. I would do the music, but I don't have it keyed up, and I'm not going to do that again.
Listen, we just live out loud. We just have fun. We like to come out, but I'm definitely trying to make it to Canada for a couple of events. I've got to figure out my schedule for next year because there might be some changes to some of the tournaments that I go to a lot. But I am planning on this winter doing a lot of New England stuff, but also coming up to Canada in the next couple times. I know me and Doug are trying to coordinate a couple things.
Yep. And I'm hoping that if anyone from Flair Airlines is watching, you can sponsor me and give me a couple flights. That'd be fine.
And I'm trying to get Doug to the greatest tournament in the whole wide world. It's not Spencer's.
Oh, the other one. But when is that though?
That's what's being worked out right now.
Okay.
So that's being worked out. So stay tuned. Dates may be changing. I remember last year there was a little bit of a conflict for you. But they're trying. We talked a lot about it this weekend. So stay tuned for Bag and Bash 25. Yeah, because 24 is almost over.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We'll see what happens there. But it's going to be good. Maybe Cito, maybe we can all coordinate with where we're all going to go.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Derek's got the bed ready.
Look at that. Cuddle bug.
Sure.
I meant you and me, Doug.
Yeah. I think Derek, was your tournament this weekend or next weekend? Derek's now a local director.
What?
An ACL local, so he's having tournaments at his house.
Okay.
Yep.
Bernie, I will try to get agreement to bring the RV up there. That is a long drive because for me to get to is Bernie's near you, right, Doug?
Kinda, yeah.
Is he more Niagara?
He's Niagara. He is Niagara Falls, yes.
Okay, so Niagara, Bernie, is 7 hours for me. That was in the car, but for me to take the RV down to Villa Rica was almost 20 hours driving straight with a couple people switching off here and there. So from Villa Rica to Niagara, we're probably talking about maybe 27, 28 hours of driving. And the guy that drives usually, that guy Bruce, he's not a great driver. But we're trying to see what we can work out. Derek,
he's not a Steve Hensby, is all I'll say.
Yeah. Derek, I'm always Big Spoon. But no, I know I'm trying to make it to a bunch of tournaments. And maybe sometimes I'll bring some stuff with me.
Hey,
and
everyone.
Tomorrow.
Everyone in the chat, everyone that's watching, you're invited to Derek Barrett's house tomorrow.
All right. It's gonna be I can't make it.
I won't be there either.
I got a birthday party.
I got to water flowers at work.
I got a birthday party for my niece. She's turning, I think, 4. I don't remember. 3 or 4. I don't know. I know it's a party. John Clark says too far.
But same kind of scenery though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll figure something out. I mean, I know. There's a lot of plans for myself for Titan next year. I'm hoping to announce my sponsors very soon. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if I'm still on Team Titan in, was it a month and a half? Month and a half?
Yeah, month and a half.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I know it won't be in a video, but
you'll be in a video, it just won't be that one.
Yeah. Now you're going to superimpose me on the side.
Just superimpose your face in the back. That's what they do for all the pictures, all the team pictures anyway.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I do have one last thing.
Okay.
I did have something made. Hold on. I had something made. It's the most amazing thing in the whole wide world. Hold on. All right, you ready to see this? It is a voice croc charm. Look at that. You can have my face on your Crocs.
I think you said Crocs. See everyone next week. Have fun playing wherever you're going to play. And next Thursday night, I might be skipping league night and playing at a retirement home for league night. Oh, well. Look, he shows up now.
There he is. There's my guy.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. You and his face and your face superimposed in the back.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah.
Oh, well.
No respect.
See everyone next week. Have fun and just be nice to each other.